This time is about the healing the dimensional rift, which has spirits caught in the astro-emotional perspective seeking physical incarnation due to the addiction to lower particularized consciousness. This dimensional rift is only present in humanity and its physical and non-physical counterparts. As you begin to understand the fundamentals of clear alignment of energies according to the weaving of the energy streams through the male positive stream extension and the female negative stream experience, you will see they both follow the law of attraction. In this trajectory along the central strand of the stream leading to harmonization in this evolving world, there was allowed freedom of will, which has created through outer influence a misappropriation of energy into negative streams, which have convoluted the paradigm, causing static, distortion, confusion, and separation. This occurrence has disrupted the energy flow of the universal energies to be accepted, as they are not being heard by the cells of the physical body. In understanding the physical body, it is best to see each cell as a living entity. The cell receives communication from the mind, which receives its instructions from the heart through feeling. The heart center receives its instructions from the earth itself. As the energy that comes from divine sources of higher intelligence are ramped down to come into manifestation, they move into the myriads of forms upon entering the level upon the fourth dimension and are provided with emotional covering or polarized spin, which translates into the ether of desire. So, as the polarity is created within the fourth dimension, it is always created with counterparts, so there is a world of negative positive charges which are created due to spin characteristics. All things within the fourth, third, and second dimension operate through spin that creates magnetic and electromagnetic fields and thereby operate in polarized worlds. The functions of the twins or counterparts within these expansions within the dimensions is to establish communication, communion, or harmonization between themselves in a creative process that brings forth the active element, which is the power created by their interaction. This is understood as spin, movement, sex, power, current, heat, sound, light, love, and so on, but always related to a charge. When anything has a charge, it also has physical, emotional, temporal spin, which creates conscious awareness or sentience. The life charge is the beginning of sentience, which allows for the feeling recognition of vibration, as all beings are of a vibratory nature, where they are able to interpret and produce vibrations through interaction with their specific field density and dimensional body or bodies. There are different orders of sentience, being that the ability to be conscious with awareness moves from second dimension fluid and mineral sentience to fourth dimensional fragmented particularized states of semi-divine enlightened consciousness. In-breath and out-breath is a mirror through which life creates energy into matter by the power of higher light respiration. In concordance with the analogy of cellular respiration, the being or cell obtains nourishment through the in-breath of organic or non-organic sources, which is released in respiration as energy, which can be utilized in the formation of the condensation of matter. Cells are dependent upon fundamental respiration and subsequent interaction within the environment of the energy exchange. Each cell is activated as a sender and a receiver of energy, and when receiving energy or upon the in-breath part of the cycle attracts energy by becoming a vacuum, and which stimulates the feminine energy pattern. When full of energy and sending this energy forth, it stimulates the masculine energy pattern. In both cases, they are moving in counterpoint and in harmony with the movement of the whole cell. Through the separation and division of energies within the third-dimensional sentient plane of existence, there has been a resistance to the release of energy on the part of the male, which has resulted in blockage. This blockage is more of resistance to letting go of the received energy, and thus it is becoming toxic, as the elements which were needed have been utilized. As the rhythm of the system becomes distorted by this delay of the release, there is a falling of energy throughout the entire body of humanity. There is a suffocation which is occurring due to the inability to respire. The cells of humanity are incapable of moving, as there is a coagulated stasis which is upsetting the balance and the flow of the energy stream, and it is becoming backed up with great pressure for release. The feminine energy is blocked, as the energy it has received is unable to move and return to a vacuum and allow new higher light energy to be accepted. From the perspective of beings who are not in this stagnated depression where the movement up the arc of the ascending and descending curve is hampered, are feeling a disturbing resonance which causes a fourth dimensional problem and has required healing, which is the releasing of the stuck energy to flow with the stream of the central strand. What has locked the male component of humanity into being stuck in the lower vibratory centers that are negatively charged and under feminine dominance is fear. Fear has caused the system to lock down where there is a block, which is resulting in a complete reaction to the flow of the current in all of its forms. This results in decadence, immorality, unethical behavior, insanity, greed, violence, war, famine, rape, terror, chaos, confusion, and separation on a global scale. The male positive energy has become misdirected by failing to surrender to the power of the stream and go with the flow, which is to rise into the heart center and offer up its energy as steward of the oneness and in promissory for future generations. The feminine energy has been subjected to repression and abuse as the male energy is failing to move on to its mission. It is also incumbent upon the feminine energy to take power to push the male energy out, to allow the womb of creation to become open, or the energy within the chamber will become degenerate, lifeless, and diseased before it is able to generate new life force. Cooperation between the genders is paramount at this time so that each will begin to hold their place upon the vibrating central strand. The earth is being directed in this evolution by higher forces wherein humanity is engaged as the planetary activists to bring forth further evolution. At present, humanity is becoming parasitical and will be released from this occupation due to the nature of its blockage unless immediately rectified. Earth changes will continue and conclude with the restructuring of continents, oceans, skies, and climates as the Earth attempts to awaken humanity to its blocks. In the case of America, it is at this juncture where the incarnated souls have come to hold the light within the country as she aligns with the will of the Earth. There are grid points of light which are being held into abeyance by the way-showers at the request of the teachers of light. In this time of transformation, America will be the first nation to experience the power and the energies which are being focused into the heart of the earth and being sent through the messenger nations of the East. The Galactic Heart speaks. You are of the third will of the life we have created, and you are the ones who transform your planet into light. It is your duty and dharma to be the ones who call forth the wisdom of your soul and bring your spirits to shine the light forth into the darkness that is being decreed over. As the time unfolds, you are becoming one with our will and purpose as the necessary changes are coming to face you. Look into the darkness with the eyes of intelligence, wisdom, and guidance, and see the solution as complete. It is completed, and there is no fear to hold back the energy that is already moving toward the original destination. As the release of energy comes forth, the heart of the male will feel the light of his soul's purpose unfold, and the power of the female soul will again have the power of creation. It is her will which will bring forth the manifestation, and so that the wheel turns again. From the galactic heart and from the central sun, the light shines with great power and force to bring about the turning of this age to the next. The powers of your mind to discern these revelations are for your benefit and for that of all who are created upon this world. You are of the great will of the divine soul of humanity, which has accepted the call to bring about the sacred creation of a new vision and expansion of the infinite universe. We appreciate your work and accept your life purpose.